I'm Craig Souser, the president of JLS. I'm standing here next to a portrait of my father, Joseph Souser, who founded our company in 1955. Celebrating our 65th year in business, we thought it would be great to give you a short series of updates about those 65 years and what went on not only at JLS, but in our country. So let's get started. As I said, Joseph Souser founded JLS as a manufacturer's representative agency in August of 1955. He came from very humble beginnings, growing up on a farm in Bedford, Pennsylvania during the Great Depression. Life on the farm was hard and very difficult and often challenging for the family. His father, my grandfather, had to sell that farm to move to York to find work. The company was a success from day one. Joe started the company and his only employee was his wife Polly. They were a devoted couple and enjoyed a great time of success together in business and personal. During the 50s and 60s, manufacturing in the United States thrived. So it was a terrific time to be in the rep business, and he did quite well. Also during that time, the Cold War was raging and was a big concern for many Americans. Things like mainframe computers, industrial robots, and microwave ovens were invented, and the world would be changed forever. Also, we remember the Vietnam conflict as a part of that time period. That war ended up in the living rooms for the first time for many American households. It was really devastating to watch as a child growing up. The Vietnam War ironically led to the Peace Revolution, and we were introduced to the whole hippie movement. And rock and roll just exploded during the 60s. It was also a time for the civil rights movement that changed our society for the better and has moved us forward ever since. Sadly, it was a time of assassinations where John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert, and the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. were all killed. The decade of the 60s did end on a happy note with Neil Armstrong taking those first steps on the moon. I'm a child of the 60s, and to say I grew up in the business is an understatement. The business was literally in our home, so it was there, ever present. We went on vacation with people that I called aunts and uncles, only to find out later that we weren't related. They were just people that my dad befriended in business and became tremendous friends with, so they ended up like family. Joe was devoted to his customers, and they loved him. His principals loved him as well. He was a hard worker and he had great results. He was a terrific salesman. The thing I remember most hearing from my father was his saying of, at the end of the day, all you have left is your reputation. That saying resonates hard with JLS today. At JLS, we often hear from our prospective customers, you guys have a great reputation. And every time I hear that said, I think of my father and remember his comments. Wanted to share with you a little bit of history. Here, this is what a telephone looked like in the 50s and 60s, even into the 70s. I'm told that some millennials don't know how to use this to place a call.